Hi everyone. I'm so glad that you guys are getting a lot of help through my videos that I made previously on how to submit and how to make payment for your IQAS application, which is superb. And please keep the comments coming in and keep the requests coming in, and I'll answer to all of them. Now today, let's do a quick thing. Let's do a quick how to fill your IQAS application. A lot of people have asked me that, and let me just go ahead and do that. So first of all, we will sign in to IQAS. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear all your doubts. Okay, a lot of people have asked me a lot of things, and I'm going to take you through them step by step without making this video too long. And we are going to fill an application today. So obviously, I created a spare draft so that I can give you guys a demo of how the form is filled. So let's fill one form from the scratch. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. See, so this is let's go back to this and let's just. I'm going to show you this again one more time. See, this is what a submitted, as in a form, an application whose payment has been made looks like. This is the status. Okay. Now here's the spare one that we're going to fill and see how it's done. So why do you need an assessment? The first thing that you have to do is answer that. And there are two options. I need an ECA for HPS entry or other immigration programs in Canada. I need an ECA. The city wants an ECA specifically for agri-food immigration pilot in Canada. So that's not the thing. This is our option. So we're going to click on this and we're going to do save and next. Okay, because when I made my profile, I entered these details already. When you will make your profile on IQAS, you will be, they'll ask for these details, and when you'll do that, these will get automatically filled. If you want, I can make a video of that as well, which includes opening of an account on IQAS. So, is your personal information below correct? What it wants to say is that if this is what you want on your assessment certificate, basically your ID and your ID proof, etc. Everything has, this. Now there are a lot of people who do not have a last name, and if you do not have a last name, you put your first name or whatever name it is in your last name category and not in your first name. For example, if I did not have a surname, which is Pal, and I only had Momita, I would fill that over here. Okay, gender, etc., phone number details, blah blah. You do save and next. Then, so they ask you, do you have any other names that appear on your educational documents? What it means is if you have ever changed your name, if there are women who've changed their name after their marriage, then this is where you have to include it. If there was a previous name and now there is a different name, you can just do this, and they will ask what was your previous name, any middle name, and your last name, and you enter and you save. Since I don't have that, I'm going to cancel it. We're going to do save and next. Then on the next page, we have this. It'll ask you about your address. So you fill in your address and you do save. Next, these are parts that we know. These are things that you probably have, absolutely marked up. So you can fill. Okay, now the most important part. Your country of education, yes. Name of certificate, diploma, degree. Fill what's on your degree. Whatever is written on your degree, that's the name of your degree or your certificate. Your university name, search for it. I had it. If you don't have it, if you don't find it in this drop down or drop up list, then you can write it down over here if it's not listed. Attendance. Okay, another question that a lot of people ask me is that if the certificate was made in if the certificate was given to you in 2012, but your year of study was 2009 to 2011, then you fill that detail. Instead, you don't fill the year it was awarded to you. You fill the year when you started and when you finished that degree. Next, says, how are you going to send your transcripts? Are you going to mail them, which means are you going to courier them? Are you going to email them? Are you going to use a digital service, or are you going to use a national verification? So in my case, I will get it sent via courier. So I selected courier. We'll come back to this and I'll share detailed information. Okay. ECA assessment, $200. It says if you require additional certificate copies, add additional assessment certificate. IQAS does not send ECAs to government. You will have to provide. Okay, so WES directly sends it to the government of Canada and it automatically gets updated on your express entries profile. But IQAS sends it to you, so you have to fill in that number on your express entry profile. The good thing about IQAS is, and I'll go back when you fill these things, you see there is an option of add credential. When you do add credential, you can also ask for assessment of another degree of yours. And if you have another one, you can add another one over here and add one more. So the good thing about IQAS, and the only only agency, only service that does it out of the five, where you do not pay additional charges for an additional credential. Yeah. So you have to pay $200 plus delivery charges, but you can get as many of your credentials assessed as you like. So that's fantastic about IQAS. It takes a little bit longer. If you send just one just one credential to be assessed, uh, it takes about 16 weeks. But if you for each added credential, it adds 4 weeks to your processing time. So here I've just put one. So I'm going to save next. Okay, if you want an additional certificate, it will cost you an extra $15. And we hardly ever need those certificates. Usually one is enough. But if you want it at some point in time, then you can, you know, ask for another. Okay, save and next. All right, checklist. Now, what do you do here? A lot of questions here. So let me sort them out. Proof of name. You have to upload a clear scanned copy or photo of your passport or passport personal information page or other government issued identity document. For security purposes, I'm not able to show you my passport, but I have uploaded the front page of my passport, which has my name as I have filled it in the form earlier, and proof of name change, if any. Like I said, if you're married, like for women, if you're married, you'll probably have your marriage certificate as the proof of name change. And if you have if not, then you will have, if you're a guy and you got your name changed, or if you're a woman who's not married but got your name changed, then you will have the affidavit, which is good enough. You can upload that. Next is, what is a must have? A must have is a degree. Okay, it clearly says, guys, a lot of people ask me that, do I upload my mark sheet also, and do I upload my transcripts also, etc., etc. So the answer is no. It asks you very, very clearly to upload a clear scanned copy or photo of your degree or certificate in the original language it was issued for each credential you want IQAS to assess. What they mean by each credential is that if previously in order options in educational information, if you have filled in, if you want 2 or 3 degrees assessed, then upload all the degrees but nothing else. If they are in some other language, please upload the translation as well, which has to be done by, now this translation cannot be done by just anybody. In all cities of every country, there are certified translators. You can Google them, you can find them. They're very easy to find. They will do the translation for you, charge you a minimum amount. You can just take that and you can upload that here. Save it next. All right. So IQAS on their website mentions that you do not need to any longer sign anything and put it physically in your courier or separately. You just need to electronically sign a declaration, which is this, and do a simple save and next payment. Okay, so because I have I'll come to this part, but first let's come here. The easy part. The easy part is, you know, they'll charge you $200 for the assessment. Doesn't matter how many degrees you have, they'll charge you $200. Because my delivery address is out of Canada, it's $75, the courier charges, the shipping charges. But if you have an address in Canada, if you can get it delivered somewhere in Canada, it'll only cost you $15. So you can save some bucks there. Now, do you want to receive information about working and living in Alberta? Simple question. If you want to, you can. Now, here's the twister. It says, have you requested original documents for your credentials be sent directly to IQAS? Now, there is a big confusion here. If you go on the IQAS how to apply page, and if you go straight to the information that's provided there, you will see there is a part which says do not send original documents unless required. IQAS is not responsible for original documents that are not required and will not return them if submitted and not required. IQAS does not return notarized or certified copies or transcripts. Okay? So a lot of people ask me here that, they said don't send original documents, but then why are they saying send original documents? Just read this carefully again. It says, do not send original documents unless required. IQAS is not responsible for original documents that are not required. Here they are talking about original documents that are required, which means your transcripts. So the answer is yes. If you are couriering them, if you are mailing them, yes is your answer. If you are emailing them, no is your answer. So please pick yes if you're mailing them. Then you do save and next. Once you do that, for people who are confused about this, please go and watch my video. I have made a thorough video, in fact, 2 thorough videos on how to create your application, how to crack the time limit, and how to basically make the payment. Here you click on preview my application. Once you do that, you can see your application and all the information on that application, since I have it downloaded already. Okay, I will let it download, I guess, and I'll show you what it looks like. So here it will clearly show you all the details that you just filled. And out of all of this, the most important thing is your file number. So after this, you basically see this got ticked on its own. There'll be a submit button that will appear. You submit and you're through. What you have to remember, and the most important thing, is when you go to your homepage, this is what identifies you. Your file number is all that matters. I will tell you in my next video how. So tell me if you want to see that video, and I will make a video on that. The next step after this, the sending of the transcripts.